Hello and welcome to episode 185 of This Week at Gear Report for the 26th of October, 2023. I got to tell you, we're excited to have you here, for one. Number two, we have got an exciting program. It's so exciting, I had to say it twice. See, two times. Oh, look at that. Gizzard Gary is out there with the traditional greeting for this program, which, of course, is three yos. There we go. Stream elements. I have set it up just enough that it tells us that we're live and streaming for episode 185. So good. All right. We have a real treat this evening in that while we have been doing interviews with brands, I got busy with other stuff and failed to schedule someone for tonight's program. So I could have explained that any numbers of ways, but I'm just going to fall on my sword and say, you know what? That was completely my fault. I should have scheduled someone, but I got busy producing other types of content and didn't get to it. But that's cool because we have missed the opportunity to get some content published the past few weeks. And I got caught up on that earlier this week and published a series of articles. So we will go through and we'll have the authors who are here talk about them. That is why you may have noticed that, Ghost Tactical says we were on a break. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe you can explain that to us, right?
It's from Friends. Surely you've seen Friends before.
I have seen Friends before. It's been a while, though.
Okay. Ross and Rachel. We were on a break.
Okay. I suppose that makes sense. All right. We have the gun snob out there. Gizzard Gary, let's see. G-Webs, Gun Websites is out there. He says, I only watch shows that put effort into scheduling guests formally. So it's like, yeah, all right, G, you're dismissed. Then appreciate you coming by, but you'll be disappointed because while I did coordinate, I knew Ghost was going to be here because he had an article or two published. And we're waiting on Clovertac to get here after his card show this evening because he has something published as well. So we did coordinate some guests. We just didn't coordinate a brand. And I'd like to show something to you guys that I just got that I'm incredibly happy with. You can see on this bottle opener that I'm going to mount on a piece of wood, right? And I'll laser engrave something on it. What's it say? It says, take your top off. Is that clever or what? I'm pretty happy about that. So it looks like TJ's
the little things, just little things in life.
That's right.
Well, yeah. Well, and see,
and
the
I'm
thing
not
is,
trying to be facetious when I say little things,
okay. I'm going to trust you when you say that. I've never doubted when you said something like that before. So why start now? That's weird. It's got little magnets in it. Okay, so what shall we talk about? We should probably do our formal introductions. Hi, I'm Jeff. Welcome to the program. That guy is delinquent and tardy, but he can now introduce himself.
I'm just a little tardy.
Yeah.
Did
You trick me into saying something.
I did.
On PC.
You said it. I just said, okay. TJ, Supreme Overlord of Snacks and Beverages.
You just owned it.
Oh, my goodness.
That's right. I'm adding titles left and right.
I think I have lemonade dripping out my nose now. Almost sprayed lemonade. That. Right. Yeah. Okay. So TJ is here. The gun snob has requested crystal snob. Dude, you don't know what you're asking for. Bruh, come on.
Trust me. We just got done kickball. Come on now. I'll fire it up.
Yeah. Oh, now it's a good show, Gizzard Gary says. Okay. Komar, I'm sorry, man. We are getting no respect.
No.
Ghost hasn't really said much, so we can't really pin the disrespect on him because he's here, but
I'm trying to be good tonight.
Yeah. That sounds boring. So what we're going to do this evening is we're going to talk about some of the recently published articles that we've had. I'm trying to decide which one we want to start with. You know what? Let's do one from, since Ghost has two, we'll bring one of his up first.
Overachiever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. They've been there and available for a while. Someone may have been slightly underachieving in the editing department, and take a little time to make them available to talk about. So I got to admit, this from Anderson Manufacturing, they call it Kiger. How do they say that?
It's a Kiger. It's a type of Mustang, a wild horse.
Really?
To keep in with the whole horse thing that Anderson has.
Well, that makes sense. Oh no. So they came up. Yeah, I can't even say it. I don't even want to say it. You know what everyone calls Anderson, and if they stick with the horse theme, it just kind of plays into.
No,
this.
see, like Kyle's trying to get them to own the Poverty Pony, and we're trying to come up. We came up with a shotgun. Our buddy John over at GOA used to be over at True Shot and Faxon and all that. One of my shows, he came up and says, we need a double barrel side by side coach gun, 18-inch shotgun, and we're going to call the Pony Express for Anderson, which is the greatest idea ever. But the Andersons apparently are hesitant of buying into the Poverty Pony thing. Imagine the possibilities of marketing if you just bought into the Poverty Pony.
I would buy a lower if it had Poverty Pony on it.
It's like what High Point
in a second.
High Point leaned into it. They're like, yeah, we are what we are.
Exactly.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep. TJ, we might even buy two of them if they say Poverty Pony.
Oh, easily two. I'd get one color filled.
I 100%. I 100% would be on board with it.
Well, that's not a bad idea. You should pitch it. You said, when you said the Andersons weren't on board, are you saying, and forgive me for not being 100% up to speed on that company. Is this like a family owned, like operated by the Andersons?
Operated by the Anderson family, yeah. A buddy of mine, Kyle, who's their social media guy, he's on my show a lot, and we pitch it to him. And we've actually had a grassroots thing where we're getting everyone that we know to go over to Anderson's Instagram and Facebook, and in any comment, any post they put, just put hashtag Pony Express 2024, and they see it. But they're still hesitant. They're not against it, but they're hesitant about buying into the Poverty Pony.
I'm throwing it out there. High Point came out with the Yeet cannon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, they did, and it got respect.
They sold a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Has High Point come out with one yet that they have had painted like a brick? Because I think that would sell.
Or a boat anchor.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really shaped like a boat anchor.
Give them time. They'll
I like
come out
$100 bills myself.
Yeah. And anyone who gold plates a High Point, I think they rise considerably in esteem as far as I'm concerned.
It's on my list.
I respect them more.
Gold plated Yeet cannon.
If they gold plate one. What is this?
Maybe even like a little 45-degree little RMR on the 45 angle, so you can kind of shoot it gangster,
Miami style.
I think honestly, you should put like an LVPO on a 45 on a Yeet cannon.
I think that's some of the
plenty of room.
Snob has rainbowed, his High Point. I think an LPVO could be amazing on that High Point. Snob, make that happen. You got to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it definitely should.
And if you do that, I will put an EOTech on an Altor.
I think the EOTech's bigger than the Altor. I'm just saying.
Be careful what you commit
I can put it on there.
With like JB Weld or what?
I don't know. I got a neighbor who's a welder. We'll figure it out. Just weld this pick rail on here, buddy.
I'd like to apologize in advance to all the EOTech fans.
They deserve it.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. They're
easy.
I'm just kidding. I did a review on one of their products, and it was favorable. Even though I bought it and they didn't send it to me.
Yeah. Okay, so back to the K-Tiger, the Kiger.
Yeah, Kiger is obviously Anderson's You know, if you will, they don't like saying it, but it's what it is. It's a Glock 19 Gen 3 clone that everyone's come out with. This is their version. This is the pro version. The regular Kiger 9C is a good one, but this one has, you know, some slide cuts in there, ported slide, I should say. Comes with raised sights and all that. It is optic cut. I think it's an RMR cut, if I'm not mistaken. No, I tell you what. When I first shot it, first of all, when I held it, the texture on the grip feels just as bad as good as anything I've ever felt. It really is. I like an aggressive texture. It feels great in the hand. It shoots as well as anything that I've shot in a long, long time. This is for real for me. I will say that the mag well and the mag release, the whole inserting the mag and seating it and then releasing the mag, it's the best I've ever used in any gun. It's the smoothest mag release you've ever. It just glides. It's like it literally glides in and out. It is easily the best I've ever had. This gun will 100% surprise you. The trigger is good, and this is how I explained it in the video. If you take a Glock 19 and you polish the trigger, that's like what this is out of the box. It's good. It's not phenomenal. It's good. It's much better than the Glock trigger. The sights are what they are. They are metal sights, but they're just They don't do much for me. I've already ordered. Actually, they already came in some excess sights. I will put on there.
That rear sight looks like a big chunk of metal.
It is, and for manipulation, like off of a belt or something, if you need to one-hand manipulation, yeah, it's great for that. Let's just be honest. But the sights are what they are. That's probably the worst part about it. But no, I'm telling you, man, for what this gun is and for the price you can get it at, I called the Glock Killer. It is phenomenal. I was incredibly surprised at how well it shoots. It's very accurate. I know Clover's done some testing with it. He can back me up, man. It's a shooter for dang sure, and it feels great in the hand. It's a remarkable gun. I was very pleasantly surprised with it.
Same hole at 25 yards from a rest with cheap ammo. Pretty much same hole. After you get about 3 rounds anyway that are touching, it's the same. It's all the same hole from there. You don't hardly see paper move within that what you've cut out. I'll say with the suppressor sights, the rear sight, yeah, it looks a little funky without an optic, but then you put an optic on there and it that goes away. It doesn't look awkward anymore.
Yeah. It looks thick, like they had to cut out the front of the slide to reduce weight to make up for the size of the chunker that's on the back.
It's funny.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
It's funny.
Yeah, they figured it out.
Cool. All right. A little more expensive than I was expecting for the MSRP, but
that's MSRP.
Yeah,
I honestly, I picked mine up. Well, it was also when Anderson they had a special like 30% off. So I got the whole thing for like under $200 off their website. Yeah, you can probably find it for about $450 probably.
Under 3. It was under 3.
So under 3 was it $298?
Yeah. It was like 270 something.
Yeah, that's what maybe it was. I can't remember. It was under 3. That's right. Like I said, you can probably get it for about between $450. $450 probably being the high end. Yeah. And if you're talking about $450, yeah, it's close enough to a Glock. But I promise you, like this is, and I'm a Glock fan. You guys know that. I'm not a Glock fanboy.
Okay.
But I appreciate Glock, and I love the Gen 3 Glocks. This thing runs circles around them, like runs circles. And any of the other ones, like the PSA Dagger that I've shot, I can't remember what it's called. The Springfield Armory one that they have, they don't touch this one in my eyes. My eyes. This is the best Glock 19 clone that I've ever shot for sure.
I've seen, and I won't divulge why I had to do this. It's relevant, but I had to do a little bit of homework on retail pricing on this, and there are some places out there now. You're talking about tax, you're talking about potential transfer fees and other things, that somewhere in that 420 neighborhood for the 9-seat Pro. So,
Wow.
considerably cheaper than MSRP.
Sure. Even a bit cheaper. I hate to say it, slightly cheaper than if you use the promo code GHOST on the Anderson manufacturing site for 10% off.
That's true. You can get anything on Anderson's site using Ghost for 10% off
Really?
anything. So, yes.
Oh my goodness. I'm
And
going on a
there's
shopping spree.
2 other things. Number 1 is watch for sales, because Anderson does that regularly. But then number 2, if you buy the upper, lower, and put it together yourself, which is basically putting a slide on a frame,
That's what I did.
you're saving money. You're saving
Yeah.
considerable money. I don't know how much, but considerable
I
money.
saved
50
about
bucks easy.
about $35 easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
30,
Well,
35.
you don't
Yeah,
have to pay
about
the
50
excise
bucks.
tax, right?
What's that now?
It's not a complete firearm, so they don't have to pay the excise tax.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can buy the complete firearm, but if you choose, they do sell complete uppers and complete lowers, and you can just put them together. If you do it that way and buy them separately, it is cheaper than buying it just as the full firearm.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wish Anderson, the Gun Snob says, I wish Anderson would offer it with a frame other than the SCT frame. My hands are too big for that frame. Yeah.
I do not have that problem.
Yeah, we're in a different class there, Snob.
Yeah.
I know. I feel you.
All right. So, yeah, that's interesting. I have not put my hands on one of those yet, so I will look forward to tracking one down at some point to get a look at. So I think I'm going to talk about this next one because Caleb lives in the sticks and he does not have internet sufficient to ever join us on the program.
I know.
One of these days, I'm like, dude, just go somewhere with Wi-Fi. And he likes to put his young daughter to bed every night. And I don't want to be the one to suggest she'll be okay if you miss 1 or 2 nights a year, because maybe she won't. I don't know. And now that most of my kids have moved out of the house, I kind of wish they were back. So I'm not even going to go there.
So let me kind of throw a suggestion out to him.
Yeah.
And this is kind of joking, but about 90% serious. Like if he could just voice record like a 30-second rundown of his thoughts.
Yeah.
Audio, send it to you, and you can just play it.
Yeah. Play it while we're scrolling through the article.
Yeah, exactly.
That is brilliant. Hey,
Brilliant.
Listen,
Hey, I try,
Ghost, dude, this is important. How'd you feel about being the supreme executive director of snacks and beverages at Gear-Report?
Son of a bitch.
I love TJ. I would not do that to him. But
oh my goodness.
But there's a but. I hear that. Okay.
What is above the supreme overlord? Because I will be his boss.
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll figure that out. We'll make
Like
it
the
happen.
god of food and beverage.
Just
I'm in for
stripping credentials away from me on live.
Yep.
Oh, I've been demoted,
Well,
son.
to get demoted. Yep.
It
is kind of looking that way, isn't it?
I self-promoted myself, and Jeff's knocking me back down.
It's a more painful part of the job that I have here. And I just want to go on record as saying, listen, this hurts me far more than it hurts you. Okay.
It hurts me so bad.
Oh, I'm tearing up now.
My pay cut is going to be tremendous.
Right. So from Caleb, we have Fusion Thermal is a brand that I'm not sure that I've seen them before. Like I'm trying to think about all range events and SHOT Show and everything. Have I seen Fusion Thermal?
I think so.
I don't know. I think maybe. But certainly haven't done any work with them. And Caleb reached out and talked to them, and they sent this thermal for a 45-day demo. And he had he had a good time with it. Definitely. He has not experienced thermals the way TJ and I have. We have had thermals and done some rather interesting
That's-
things with them.
That's why we don't get any more thermals, unfortunately.
And I bet that is why. Yeah. And Caleb hadn't had that experience. So this was nice. He got to play with one for a little while, took it out hunting. He was trying to do coyote hunting. He couldn't get any coyotes to come in, but he did see rabbits and squirrels and deers, and was really complimentary of how this Boremaster 40E worked for him there. Let's see. We'll go ahead and open that up so we can look at what these are running now. I know this is the, I don't want to call it a non-smart model, but you get a lot of the thermals and night vision and scopes that have some sort of recording function or other things like that. And this particular model does not have it, but apparently they offer a model that does. So if you are into thermals, I think he said it took him about 6 shots to get it completely zeroed, to walk it in and get it exactly where he wanted it. So he was really pleased. And I highly encourage you to, I'm going to drop the link out here. I forgot to do that for the other one. I can go back and do that.
Rookie move.
Keep your pants on. Yeah.
And you want to do
let's see. 30 it's almost $3,500. So for a thermal, I mean, it wasn't too long ago that you couldn't even say the word thermal unless you put 10 grand on the table. So to be under 4 grand, under 3,500 for a pretty capable thermal that according to Caleb, performed really well in the field. I think that what we're seeing is like a new era of thermals where it's getting down into the range where us normal people can start thinking about picking up a thermal.
Hey Jeff, I missed it. What brand is this?
Fusion
Fusion
thermal.
I mean, Holosun has that fusion or the thermal that came out. That's not terrible. So the brands are there. That's coming down.
Well, it's not, but it is. The Holosun. Well,
Yeah.
and seriously, I've not used this kind of stuff. This is where Ghost probably has, maybe some more practical application experience. What I'm told is the Holosun, what they came out with technologically, a tiny form factor for night vision and for thermal.
It's only good so
But
far.
the
out.
detection range was only like 50 or 60 yards. And everything I've read from like the operator types is no. You're using them if you're using it for detection, you need it to go way further because otherwise they're already on you by the time you figured out where they are. Like it defeats the purpose of what thermal's for if it only works out that far.
I want to use mine for home defense.
It's so, in closing, no matter.
Yeah, you've got detection range, you've got identification range, and then you've got engagement range.
Yep.
Is the way I've always.
I'm already married, so engagement range is really a moot point for me.
Yeah, you're done on that one. Yeah, sorry, buddy.
And they're all, not necessarily the same thing.
Sure.
But
yeah, so they've got a detection range listed here as 1,900 yards. And that is really impressive.
What does it say?
Is it like a silhouette or is it just a heat blurb?
That's right.
You have to read the article.
Okay,
that's true.
I'm not in the article. I'm on the thermal fusion. Fusion thermal page here.
What's up, She Fires?
Right here. So
good to see you, girl.
Definitely, there are links within the article that will take you to Fusion Thermal so you can read more about it. And I don't know if Caleb addressed that directly in here or not. But you are welcome to read through the article. And I couldn't remember if I read it here or if I read it on the Fusion
read. Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you see all the pictures, Ghost?
But where's the video?
That does help. Yeah. The pictures help. The pop-up pictures help me for sure.
Okay. My rifle rest.
It says right here, detection range up to 1,900 yards. So what I'd like you guys to do, let's get a campaign going. I'd prefer that we don't refer to it as a harassment campaign. Although if we do, I'm not going to argue with it. We need to convince Caleb that he can actually do video. because so far he's like, he wouldn't even do pictures when we got started. Like he did a few pictures, but we had to do like a little crash course in how to do pictures for articles. And now he takes like really good pictures, which these are a little grainy because they're in a gallery and WordPress kind of downgrades them. But if you look at his other pictures, he takes really, really nice pictures. I think that with a cell phone, he could take very suitable video that everyone would be happy with. We just have to convince him.
Especially with an Android. Definitely.
Yeah.
Preach it, brother.
And probably, have to teach him how to do some editing on his phone because he doesn't have a laptop.
Android for the win.
Yeah. All right. So Boremaster 40E from Fusion Thermal. I'm a little upset. I think it got sent back already. And I should have made it down there to check it out because he's about an hour and a half from me. And I think that would have been worth a trip to go down and play with the thermal and see what kind of hijinks and trouble we could get into. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure all kinds.
Yep. Okay. So moving on. You said hi to She Fires is out there.
Yep.
I don't recall. Did anyone say hi to Crystal? And thank you for the requisite.
I
3
said hi
years.
to her
We
earlier.
appreciate
She's
that.
fine.
Yeah. Hey, Crystal. We missed you.
Hello,
Thank you for
darling.
being here. Yep. What is that? If I wanted to take pictures, video like it was 2007, I would use an Android. Oh my goodness. The gun snob is
Haters gonna
living
hate,
in
hate.
denial.
Tragic.
Don't hate the quality of the video and pictures.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So let's move on to. Let's go to Clover. Why don't we do that? Yeah, I could be professional. I could warn everyone here's the order we're going to do it so people could be prepared when we get to it.
Put them on the
No,
spot.
it is far more fun to just say, let's spin the
Random.
wheel and figure out who we're going to
If we had a wheel,
put on the spot. It's the hamster wheel that spins up here is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Does it ever stop?
See, I was about to sing some Ice Ice Baby there. You know, will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. Yeah, never mind.
Turn off the lights and I'll glow.
Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. Gerson High Power Lightweight Handgun Review is where we are.
Yeah, it's a long name on that one. Oh my
It is.
God.
It's too long of a name. What's up with that?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I just kind of copped out on it. I didn't even finish. Gerson High Power. PI,
Like how much room? How much?
ops,
How much room do we have on the side of the slide? Fill it up.
right?
You know, like, okay.
So I do have a question though. Does it come with a red Ferrari? Because I assume it says PI. It must be the Magnum PI model.
Oh yeah. No.
Well, that's a ripoff.
Wow.
I'm not getting it.
Yeah, no.
I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
It does come with a multicolored chopper, though.
Well, I mean, it is the Gerson High Power, so it would come probably with a Fiero that has a Ferrari body kit. That would be more accurate.
Yeah, like a 90s red Fiero with a little bit of ground effects on it. That's pretty hot, actually.
Oh yeah.
Typical Florida man right there.
Until it catches on fire, it's all good.
Right.
Those are
Yeah.
only Teslas. Come on now. Oh, little. That's right, Defense Dad. You tell
All
him.
right, Clover, are you going to tell us about it?
Yeah, so that is the PI lightweight ops. So obviously they came out with the MCP35 that they finally were able to get the what is it, the trademark whatever for Gerson High Power, which was outstanding that they now can call the thing a Gerson High Power, which just extends the name even further. But yeah, they already had the PI model, and they already had the PI, and they already had the ops. The PI being the shorter barrel, the ops being the rail on the front. So they already had those models. The flat trigger, pretty much everything on this handgun, the dimensions of this handgun, all of that kind of stuff, they pretty much already had in the steel frame. So what they did is they moved to an aluminum frame that cut it, what, a half a pound, cut weight by a half pound.
Oh,
Scroll down
yeah.
to
I
like the
think it
specs
was,
or
yeah,
something.
a
It's
half a
pretty
pound, yeah.
drastic. I'm trying
think
to think, but
Yeah,
I think it was
0.6 pounds, I believe.
yeah, 0.6, 0.8, something like that. But the cool thing about this one is, even though the weight is cut down, you don't notice it. I mean, something interesting, and I don't know if TJ knew this or not, probably. But this handgun didn't release until after TriggerCon. Nobody was, we were all under NDAs. Yet at TriggerCon range day, it was on the table, and like literally nobody noticed.
Well,
So it was interesting that it shoots just as well as far as recoil management and all that kind of stuff as the steel frame, being a half pound lighter. Obviously double stack, 9mm optics ready. I think the only real hang up, the trigger is what you would expect out of a high power, out of a 1911, right? Out of a single action trigger. I mean, it's crisp. The reset's on point, like everything. It checks all those boxes, obviously. The only thing really bad I've got to say about it, and the grips, like Gerson is some of their previous models. Gerson, what they would do, which is crazy, they would have G10-ish grips, right? Like they look like G10, but then you pick it up and they don't feel like G10. That's not the case with the grips on this. They're on point. They're pretty salty. That being said, color, I'm not super fond with. But I'm that way with pretty much all my handguns. I like to swap grips out. Drawbacks. I mean, the drawbacks on this thing, you were talking about, suppressor height sights, talking about the Kiger stuff earlier. One of the things that I mean, it's okay because obviously I'm running the optic. So first of all, it's RMSC pattern. And I think RMSC is probably what you got the most options in, it seems like, with optics, which is great. The drawback to the optics, or more importantly, I guess the optics plate, is the rear sight is made into that optics plate. So when you yank the optic to mount the optics, you completely lose that rear sight. Now, they're not suppressor sights, so it's not like you're going to be able to co-witness or anything like that. TJ just went max headroom on us. Wow, that was crazy.
That's neat. How'd you do that?
K-Man must be gaming.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty banging.
That was actually impressive.
He's like he's on the International Space Station or something.
We all know our age, and we all know when he said max headroom, like, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, who doesn't?
So yeah, I mean that's the only drawback. This was pretty cool though. I went to pick this one up, and I still haven't taken it back to the local gun shop. I got to get it back up there because he was very adamant about, once I get done with working with it, that can you bring this up here and drop it off? I want to be able to play with that one for a little while. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Everybody that picked this one up out of the box, the day it come into the gun shop, was blown away at how great it feels. The extended beaver tail, the cut in the backside of the grip, just like the balance with the weight and everything on it. I don't know. I mean, everybody's got different hands. Everybody's got a different taste on all that. But I'm telling you, everybody, including myself, everybody at the gun shop that day was like, wow, this thing feels amazing. I was considering that MC14T, like, oh man, I may get that into my carry rotation. And I think I even mentioned the Ghost. After having this one for a little while, I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't know that this one might not sneak its way into the carry rotation. Like,
yeah,
it feels that good. And it's that accurate. It really is. The accuracy is definitely on point with it.
Yeah, Snob's mentioning that you can get sights with a you can get red dots that have, or not just red dots, you can get dots that have co-witness height sights built into them.
Yeah, the one I've got on this one has a notch and all that in the back.
Yeah, and I think even the
Right
optic
on.
on the 2311 came with them built into the optic itself too. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Trying
Yeah.
to think what was on this. I want to say this has the ride-on tactics on it. Yeah, it does. And it's got the notch or whatever in the back of it. But yeah, that'd be the only drawback. I mean, if you didn't have that for some reason or whatever, and you took the optics off, or you lost the optics plate, God forbid, right? Like it wouldn't be good.
Yep. Cool.
What'd I go? 4 out of 5? I think I went 4 out of 5 on it.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
4 out of 5, and then we'll look at we'll wrap up by looking at what that means. So that is stands out as a top option in the product class and price point. So that's good.
Nice.
Yeah, because you're certainly not going to touch high powers for that kind of money.
Yeah.
No.
And much like the Regard versus the Beretta and several other things that they do.
I had a
311s.
I had a guy on my chat
same thing.
Tuesday night that said he had picked up a couple years ago a high power for $450 and it works. I was like, holy cow! Like you could sell that right now. You know,
there's you can catch a deal every now and then. It happens, but that's a deal.
Wannamakers deals.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Maybe last minute late on Sunday if you have PayPal.
I'm gonna have a cash. That's what I'm gonna have.
It's interesting. Good stuff to talk about. The Swamp Fox Sentinel 2 has an optional iron sight that mounts in front of the glass if you need it, and you can put it on, and if not, leave it off. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, a pistol's already got such a short sight radius anyway, moving it forward. Oh.
I don't know. I did like the company that their name shall forever not be spoken. And
please don't say it. But yeah, I love the design.
That design where the sight was actually at the front of the rear sight was a notch at the front of the ejection port on the slide was pretty slick. It was super quick to pick up on.
It was an awesome design, just a really bad company.
Yeah, right.
Okay, with that,
alrighty.
Yeah, we're gonna move on since no one is willing to Voldemort on that one. We're just gonna we're to talk about a custom handmade Damascus folding knife from Knife Forged.
Yeah. Well, apparently my camera took a crap, so we're done on that. As you saw it live.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this knife was, I mean, it was badass. I'm not big into knives yet, but this one really, it really performed well. I cut my food with it. I cut everything. I mean, wood, pencils.
Did you cut a bitch with it?
I'm
not yet.
Wow.
I'm not legally allowed to say.
Right.
I'm going to plead the fifth. I do not wish to incriminate myself on live TV.
If I was to cut one, she would know it. No. No, it did well. I mean, plus it's a darn good looking knife. It's got some weight to it. That's it. That's one of the things. It's got some weight to it. And then when it closes, as I found out, the end of that blade is still a little out of the handle.
Wow.
So you pretty much keep it in the sheath or you're going to get cut.
Yeah.
What's the length of that blade? I'm on my phone. I can't read the article or anything. What?
Oh, hold on. I've got it right here. I want to say it's 4 inch or something. I put all the specs in there.
Damascus-y.
I love that Damascus design. That is beautiful.
The whole knife is like that. It's just sexy. But like I said, when it closes up, I'm like, huh, look at that. I wonder if that's sharp. Cut the hell out of myself. Just point. I'm like, okay. So you got to keep it in the sheath or something to where you don't reach you see there right there. There
So
it is,
that's
Jeff, right
fully
there.
closed in this picture.
That's fully closed.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
It's a cutter.
That at all.
It's a cutter, but I don't like at this point. I don't even care because
Probably not going to keep that in the pocket. Just saying.
No.
I'm good. It came with a leather sheath, so I'm all right. So I keep it in that all the time. But I keep it with me all the time now. I cut my food with it at lunch, and if I need to, cut a carpenter's pencil, trim it down, I do that.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were saying you cut a carpenter. It's like, dude, we already dodged that bullet the first time I asked.
Those guys,
You know what?
they're not around on my jobs. But it did well. Like I said, the only thing is that is a big negative on the end right there.
Yeah,
Not saying it's a
you definitely
deal
have to
breaker,
change
but that's. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I say you definitely have to change your handling habits and get used to a blade that's set up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably a deal breaker for me to carry in my pocket, but that might be something you have in the truck or somewhere in the house or whatever.
It's got the sheath and it's got the belt loop and all that on it. So a little bit of play in the tang and the lock there. That's about it.
So you won't be able to see probably if you're looking at this on a phone, but look at that. Like you can see the layers of steel in that blade and in the scales as well. That's beautiful. That's really nice.
It's one of my favorites so far.
Yeah.
I'd show it to you, but my camera crapped. But that's still an epic picture right there that I have. My screenshot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. It is. It's too small for people to see it, but
I know. They know what's going on. I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah, beautiful knife. So you can get all the information on here. There's a link to Knife Forge. No. Oh, that link is
they changed. I put it on there, and then once I put it in, he changed it. So
they must have changed the whole website. All right, if you figure out a new link, let me know. We'll update that.
That errors the region domain name, not a specific URL within it. That whole host has changed.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Yep. All right, so figure that out. We'll get that updated.
I will get it.
But beautiful, beautiful knife. Did you sell something like that for?
What's that? I think it was.
What do they run?
High 200s. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
For the price of a disassembled Kiger, you can have a
right
Damascus folding knife.
Well, my little Damascus pocket knife that I have here with the G10 handle, it is very much. It looks minorly Damascus. It doesn't have quite the contrast that one does.
Yeah.
So that looks very legit. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was nice. And it's still super sharp.
Yep. All right. 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So we'll refresh our memory here. That means a bit above average among similar products. Right? Awesome. Rather high praise, I would say.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. So this one, I saved this for last because
the nub
got mentioned last week, and it is really, really interesting to me. So I wanted Ghost to be able to really talk as much as he wanted about this stock and how he found it and the philosophy behind it and all that stuff.
So this, if there ever was going to be one that I would beg Jeff to give a legit 5-gear rating, this is the only product that has reached that point in my eyes for the stuff that I've used. This is hands down the best rifle stock I have ever used. Like hands down, it's not even close. I saw this. I was over at my buddy Ron with Riker USA at his booth at NRAM, and he had one on one of his rifles there at his booth to display and talk about the Riker grip and all of that. I was like, what the hell is that? And he goes, oh man. So he's a Marine, Todd, the guy that's with this company, and he was like, this is the Evolver stock. And I'm like, I'm in, and he showed it to me and showed me how it worked. It was really designed for two purposes, for operators and probably like law enforcement. Someone that's gonna be wearing a plate carrier or something like an H harness, something that's gonna have shoulder straps or plates or whatever. And it was designed because we all know if you ever try to shoot with a plate carrier on, that buttstock it's hard to get in position because of the shoulder strap. So you're going to slip off sometimes, whatever, or you're going to have to put it in a position it's not a natural position. With this, it's a very sleek design, but the end of it, the pad is actually rubberized and it rotates 360 degrees. I think it's like 8 different positions. And it's got a little tab on it, and that tab hooks on to different things or whatever. Now you can shoot it, and I love shooting it um, without a plate carrier. You can just put it to the 12 o'clock position, and it kind of just that little tab kind of sits right there in your pocket, and it just secures right in your and creates a nice little shoulder weld for you. But if you're ever going to run a carrier or anything like that, this is hands down like by far the best rifle stock. It's not even close. And I think it's like MSRP is like $89, which in the world of rifle stocks, that's really not a terrible price, especially for what you're getting. It does go. They have 2 different models. They have one that goes for adjustable, like buffer tubes that have adjustable positions, or a fixed position. They have either one you can go with. Obviously, I go with the adjustable. Um, Seriously though, it's incredible. No matter if you're wearing a plate carrier or anything like that, or you're just using a t-shirt or whatever, it's going to create a shoulder weld it's going to make every single shot stable. And especially if you're doing something like for competition shooting, whatever, and you're trying to get multiple shots off, repeatable shots, follow-up shots quickly, like this is not moving. It's going to stay in that pocket, or if you're wearing a plate carrier, it's going to hook that. You turn over like that 9 o'clock position or 3 o'clock if you're left-handed, and it's going to hook on the inside of that shoulder strap. And I'm telling you, this is hands down like the best rifle stock I ever had. I'm going to try to get one for every single rifle I own that I
Wow.
can get it for. It's that good. Truly, and truly saying that if there ever was a such thing as a perfect rifle stock, to me, this is it.
Nice. Defense Stat said, do they make it in both tube sizes for mil spec or commercial?
I want to say they have several different models now. They have it for adjustable and for fixed position, but I want to say they have it for mil spec and commercial as well. That they have if you have it, they probably have it made one for you. If not, they can probably get one up real quickly for you. But I'm pretty sure that they've got one for every kind of
There we
buffer
go.
tube.
On the Valiant Dynamics website, that says select your buffer tube type, mil spec,
Yes.
commercial.
Okay, good. I thought they were, but but yeah, I'm glad you looked that up. But I'm pretty sure he said they've got one for everything you can need. So
This is not bad.
it's unreal to shoot with it. It's a pleasure to shoot with it, even though it's kind of like aggressive texture on that pad on the butt pad. It doesn't feel aggressive, especially if you're just wearing a t-shirt. It feels it is unbelievable. Like it is unbelievable. It's one of my favorite products I've ever tested ever.
Nice. And it's not just because it resembles a fleshlight, right?
That is correct. That is correct. No, that is definitely a plus, but that is not the only reason.
Yeah. Okay. And it looks like they're $80. You get 11% off on Optics Planet if you go there.
Ooh, Optics Planet.
assuming you get it from Optics Planet. I mean, it might not ever show up, but
But it says right here there's 6 left and 5.
Yeah.
4, 3, 2,
Right.
and they're gone. Yeah.
and
No, seriously, if you guys are, I mean, I'm a weirdo about rifle stocks. That's just how I've
Mhm.
always been. So if you're kind of a geek about rifle stocks like I am, you've got to try this out. It's unreal.
So I'm going to encourage everyone. Don't just take our word for it here.
Yep.
Go check out the video Ghost has put together for us. He put a lot of work into that video, so go check it out. And pretty sure Clover had a video in his as well. So go check that one out. And I'm sure you get all the additional information that you wanted from those. So let's see. That wraps up all of our published articles. I do want to say for the Guitar-mageddon segment right now, we're not going to grab any instruments because I don't think anything has come in.
Man, that's a shame.
No, I'm so sad.
So I'm looking like I really don't think anything has come in. And I think I
It's a tragedy.
guys.
I know.
I think I probably showed you the
Yeah, you did.
our
You
neck
did.
that came in last week. So I haven't done anything with that yet.
When are we going to
So-
start the harmonic headed?
Simmer down now.
Um,
Come on, man.
I'm waiting for someone else to step up and do that. To be honest with you, yeah.
Snob
G-Webs has already stepped up and said he's going to dominate the small stringed instrument category, which I think he says that because he doesn't pronounce ukulele properly, so he's a little self-conscious, so he just calls them small stringed instruments. I think that's just an observation, but I think Gear-Report Harmonica is available if someone wants to step up and step into the breach for that one. Yeah. Anyhow, I wanted to show instead of showing any guitars, this is the Guitar Gear Report channel, which was largely neglected for months and months. It's about a year old, and about month and a half ago, I started putting some attention into it, and we are approaching monetization with this channel, which is good because that is how channels become more viable and sustainable, is when we can get those pennies from the YouTubes off of them. So if you know anyone who'd be interested in something like that, then
We need the pennies.
please send them, and we'll have a good old time over there. And if y'all don't want to be there, you don't have to be there. But if you'd like to, then I know TJ's there all the time, and he'd be happy to see you. So
Yes, definitely.
as far as you know. All right. So we have now covered recent reviews. Reviews will be published soon. Does anyone have anything that they know that's coming that they want to call out and say, hey, maybe we'll talk about it next week?
I don't know about next week, but in the next couple of weeks, I'll have the new Loophole Mark III HD rifle scope review coming down the
Ooh,
line.
fancy.
Nice.
I've got the Monster Tough coming up and the Mike 102 getting ready to be done. From Foxtrot Mike.
When are you gonna have
Good
that
idea.
Monster Tough done?
Was that?
When are you gonna be doing that Monster Tough? When is that gonna be?
I'll finish it out. Probably finish it out this weekend.
Sweet.
I just need some more pictures. I'm bougie with my pictures, dude. They piss me off when they don't come in right. I'm like, damn it. All right, got to go take more pictures.
I probably have in the next month. I still got to use them a little bit more, but the Axis, the wireless Bluetooth ear things. I got them when I was at TriggerCon at Range Day. They threw me a pair, and so I've used them a few times. I love my
the
decibels.
in-ear ones.
What's that now?
Are those the in-ear model, or those?
Yes, they're like the plugs, in-ear
that's cool.
Bluetooth wireless. They're pretty good. I mean, they worked well the last couple times I've used them. I just don't have enough time with them yet, but I like them so far.
Cool. All right. I am not going to speak about what might or might not be coming because that would commit me. I'm not willing to do that. So, okay, that was reviews that will be published soon. And we've got 3 minutes to dive into TJ's happy hour.
TJ's happy hour is every hour.
Well, that's what I keep
The
hearing.
mad
Yeah.
3
I know.
minutes.
That's
I
one
agree-
round
I
of
agree with-
shots.
I agree
That's
with
it.
Gizzard Gary. I should do a Cigar-mageddon.
You could,
I could.
in theory.
I just have to get a camera back. Now I
Well,
have
if
to
you
go-
do the harmonica, you call it the mouth organ. So that
Whoa.
can be an interesting
Yeah.
one.
simmer down now. That's what I call Crystal.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
speaking of Crystal, Crystal writes, Ghost, can you just record saying hello, darling, for me?
Hello, darling.
Yeah, we got to record. Well,
you,
hey,
you can clip it. You can
it's been
clip it.
recorded now. I think I
There
may
it
have
is.
talked over that. I'm going to let you do it again.
Hello, darling.
All right, there it is,
There you go.
Crystal.
Now
So
we
you
can clip
can
it
listen back and record it, clip that
There
out.
you go.
and
Yeah, she should do that.
All right, that'll get her nice
It's the only reason she shows up.
nice and
I
receptive.
have that
for you,
effect
Gigi.
on middle-aged older women and married women. She's the same age probably I am. I'm not saying she, I'm just saying, but I don't have the same effect on younger women.
You just
Keep
turned
digging,
50.
bro. Keep digging.
Yeah, I'm digging deep. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm digging
Yep,
deep.
yep.
Especially the
Ooh.
married women. That really works on married women. That's
Yeah,
great,
okay.
isn't it?
Yep, it's fantastic.
Or committed women, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, committed women for
Fun
sure.
stuff.
Yeah,
The hot-
she should be
The
committed.
hospital committed women. I'm huge in those arenas. Like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Clover's huge in Turkey. I'm great in hospitals. Like I'm very popular in hospitals,
Yeah.
especially the mental ones.
That's what we hear.
Mhm.
Okay, so I do want to be sure that we give a shout out to the bastards over at the ATF. Boo, ATF.
Yeah,
That
screw
is,
those guys.
Very heartfelt. I really mean that. So,
Waco, Texas' largest barbecue.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yep.
That was something.
Okay, so
made it.
I do want to mention something that is going to happen here shortly.
oh,
And hold on, make sure I have pants on.
TJ's
first.
getting a promotion. There we go.
Or a demotion.
got
I'm
him.
sure.
I got a package in the mail,
Oh, thank you.
and
I'm glad you said in the mail.
here it is in the bag here, and got to show you. We have all right. Which way's up on
You
that?
can
Show
mail
us.
drugs. Oh,
So
that's
we
pretty
have,
cool, actually.
Oh, look at
This
that.
is it says buy Ghost Guns, and in here there are, oops, dropped one. 3 kits. Here's one kit. Here's another kit, and here's a third kit with a little USB drive in there. Each one of these is, springs and pins and barrels. So each one of these is going to turn into a 3D printed firearm, a pistol. I can't remember. Was it called the Harlot kit or something? I can't remember.
That is correct.
But I had such a surprise. It's the Harlot, the Brawler, and the Long Shot are the 3 that are in there.
Ooh.
It's and they're currently on sale for $60 if you go to was it Ghost Guns?
GhostGuns.com.
GhostGuns.com. And so I
Man,
opened
I
the
wish
package.
that was mine.
For $60, you can have one of your own.
Yeah.
It's very simple. But I'm going to tell you right now, the odds that you're going to get the special edition that I got, I'd say are slim to none. I think Komar is going to agree with me there. I opened the package, and it was shipped from Austin, Texas. Okay, Komar does not live in Austin, Texas, but I open up the package, I pull it out, and what's in there? Inside this bag with the 3 different kits is a Komar Enterprises patch. I want to
Ooh.
know, how the hell did he do that?
Magic.
Because
Magic.
I heard a rumor that these don't go out, like this isn't a normal part of
They do
the
not.
package that they
That's
send.
that's a special collector's edition.
Special
Yes.
edition.
Yeah, so I'm gonna,
Maybe he printed like a Star Trek replicator or something.
Maybe you should bring that to SHOT Show, and we'll see if you go home with it.
I mean, you can print anything nowadays, right?
well, that's what I keep hearing.
Just about.
Anyhow, I'm gonna put it back on the patch wall over here. I have it. I'll show you the one that it sits right beside is the wool strip for ammo. That's one of my favorites.
The offer still stands today, everybody. Just so you know.
Yeah, will strip for ammo. Yeah, that's from 2017, by the way. And
I
it
think
was a
all
shot
of us would do that at this
All
point.
of it.
wouldn't we?
I would do it.
100%.
in a second.
I'd do it for a nod and maybe a wink.
Except for 40. I'm not going to strip for 40.
Brady. Yeah. Keep that 380 crap. 22. Yes.
Oh,
380.
yeah.
Don't insult me. We're at the big boy table here.
Come on, Clover. Where's your response to the 380 comment? Come on, man.
More from me.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we have achieved the lofty goal of dragging this out for a whole hour. So I'd like to thank everyone on the panel. I really do appreciate you guys coming. The design of this show has always been intended for the various writers across the Gear Report family they'll put the finger away. I'm not there yet, but we're getting close.
That's
So
what he
never
said.
mind.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jesus. So anyhow, I appreciate when the folks who contribute content, write and videos and whatnot, show up to share a little bit of themselves and their personality with the audience, so people can get to know everyone a little bit better. I really appreciate that. So thank you, TJ, Komar, Ghost, and Clover. We need to come up with a name for you guys. You know, like what was it, like a Benefer or something? What when they do the Hollywood names and they combine the two together? Do we have a good one for Ghost and Clover?
He'll call us Glover. But,
Glover?
I've heard that many times.
Clover.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
Clover.
We may go with that.
Closed.
What in the world? Don't give him the finger? Oh, see, I when I initially read that, I thought it said something different. She's saying don't. I
Yeah.
thought it was more of an instructive.
Too late. We've already done it.
Yeah, never mind.
Once
doing it
again,
right
I
now.
I need pictures here, folks. I can't read.
Right. So anyhow, thank you everyone for being here. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week at 9:00 on Thursday. And I think we got a couple on the calendar. We're gonna have Mean Arms mid next month. And there's another one on the calendar that I'm stalling while I'm opening up the calendar
I
to
knew you were.
be sure I tell you the right thing. Oh, yeah. Nate from the King of Camo is going to be here on the 9th. Mean Arms will be November 16th. And Ethan Middleton Ethan was going to come on. He agreed to come on the 23rd. And then a couple hours later, he emailed me and said, hey, I just realized that's Thanksgiving. Are we going to do it on Thanksgiving? So we may still air that one on Thanksgiving, but
Dude,
we
I'll be
may
fired up
record it a
Thanksgiving.
couple days earlier and then just play it back as a replay at 9:00 on Thursday. We'll have to see, because I am going to be doing family stuff, and all day with the extended family means I'm probably going to not be in a position to run a broadcast that evening.
Oh, I'll be tired of the family time by then. I'll be ready to go.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. So I think we're probably going to do that one at a different time. But anyhow, thanks so much everyone for being here. Now we're going to do it.
Now I'm pointing at the camera. You can't see it, but I
Until
am.
next time. Actually I do see you pointing at something, but it's a little troubling. Until next time, we'll see you at the range.